Today, we're going to decode a single ancient image, one that's basically a visual prayer designed to take on our oldest fear. We're going to explore the incredible symbolism of a Hindi deity whose name literally means the great conqueror of death, and see what secrets to a long and healthy life are hidden right inside this sacred art. But let's start with a question for you. What do you think is our oldest, most universal prayer? I bet it's not for money, or for power, or even love. It's probably something way more fundamental, right? That simple, desperate wish for a long, healthy life, one that's free from sickness and pain. Well, the answer, or at least a really powerful version of that prayer, might be right here in this amazing image. This is Lord Mahamrityunjaya. His name, the great conqueror of death, says it all. This entire form is a deep meditation on healing and, you guessed it, immortality. Okay, so let's really get into this. To understand the message here, we've got to look closer. Every single thing in this painting, the number of hands, what they're holding, everything is absolutely packed with meaning. It's like we're about to take a divine anatomy class. Let's start with the most active part of the picture, those top two hands. See how they're pouring liquid from two pots right onto the deity's own head? Now, that's not just water. It's meant to be a non-stop, life-giving flow of amrita, the divine nectar of immortality. And this isn't just an artist's idea. It comes straight from a sacred verse that goes with this form. It's called a dhyana shloka, which is basically a guide for meditation. The words literally tell you to picture the Lord constantly bathing himself in the very essence of eternal life. Now bring your eyes down to the two hands resting so peacefully in his lap. They're also holding pots of that same nectar. But look, unlike the ones up top, these are completely still. They represent this endless, contained source of life-giving energy, held right there, ready and waiting for anyone who seeks it. And yep, the verse points us right to these hands too. It makes you focus on this idea of a calm, infinite wellspring of life. So you have the active pouring from above and the serene holding below. It creates this perfect, complete circuit of life-giving power. So it's really important we understand this liquid. What exactly is amrita? Well, in Hindu mythology, it's the stuff of legends. It's the divine nectar of immortality, the substance the gods churned from the cosmic ocean. It's said to grant eternal life, perfect health, and freedom from all sickness to anyone who drinks it. Okay, let's zoom in on the deity's head because there are two more huge symbols here. First, you've got the third eye, right in the middle of the forehead. That's all about spiritual insight, the power to see what's beyond our everyday world. And second, that beautiful crescent moon in his hair, that symbolizes the cycles of time, constant renewal, and basically being the master of life's endless rhythm. And the last part of that meditation verse just ties it all together so perfectly. It tells the devotee to worship the three-eyed God, who is crowned with the new moon. It totally completes the picture of a being who is both timeless and all-seeing. And finally, where is he sitting? On a huge blue lotus. Now, the lotus is an incredibly powerful symbol. You know how a lotus grows from the mud but blossoms on the surface of the water, totally pure and untouched? That's the idea. It represents purity, a divine origin, and the power to live in the world without being spoiled by it. So, we've broken down all these individual symbols, the nectar, the third eye, the lotus. But how does it all come together? See, this isn't just a portrait you hang on a wall. It's a tool. It's a visual anchor for that specific meditative verse we've been quoting, the dhyana shloka. This verse is really the key that unlocks the power of the image. It's not just describing what you see, it's giving your mind a set of instructions. By reciting these words, you mentally rebuild this divine form piece by piece and start to internalize all its qualities of healing and immortality. So how does that actually work? Well, first, you visualize the form, just like the verse describes. This act of picturing it in detail helps to focus your mind, cutting out all the noise. And then, in that focused state, you can invoke the blessing, the specific grace of health, healing, and a long life. Which brings us to the whole point of this entire image. Everything we've talked about, the nectar, the third eye, the lotus, it's all pointing towards one single powerful promise, the blessing of longevity. And this is the main takeaway. Nothing you see in this image is just for decoration. The whole thing is a carefully crafted message. Every single element was chosen to symbolize the power to heal, to protect from harm, and ultimately to grant the wish of a long and healthy life. And the tradition is really clear about this promise. The core belief is that people who pray to Lord Mahamrityunjaya, whether it's for themselves or for someone else who is sick or even dying, can receive the incredible gift of a long and healthy life through his grace. That kind of leaves us with one final thought. It's pretty amazing when you think about it, isn't it? How can one ancient image, filled with so much complex symbolism, carry such a clear and timeless message of hope? It speaks right to that universal human prayer for life, and it offers this profound vision of triumphing over our own mortality.